Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Reverend Esther Ajai is rumored to have weighed in into the problem that is going on between the great lion and the jewel, telling the great lion not to let this, deter him, that this is the handiwork of the enemy, that they have seen that there is no way to enter through the palace anymore, through the jewel again, through him again. Everywhere is blocked, everywhere is sealed. They are looking for a way, the closest way they can cause problems. And that is why they are beginning to use the uncle who calls himself a man of God, a man that should be stronger than anybody, is the one that is being allowed, that is allowing them to use him to cause problems in the life of the jewel. Recently, the great lion had gone to visit Reverend Esther Ajai. And in that meeting, Reverend said something, that there will be internal crisis. And this time it will not be coming from his Oloris or outsiders or elders. It will be coming from the jewel's own family. And they said he was asking the great lion if the great lion remembered having that conversation with her. And the great lion said yes. The reverend said, yes, I told you that there will be internal crisis, that it will not be coming from all of these people that you're used to having crisis come from, that it will be coming from the jewel's family. That unfortunately, this man that calls himself a pastor is allowing them use him this way, that is the crisis that she was referring to when she spoke to the great lion about, crisis that will be coming. He asks that, Reverend asks the great lion that, is he aware that there are people in, the jewel's paternal family that were never, ever even happy that the jewel made that kind of light in her life, that a big man like the great lion married the jewel. They were not happy. They celebrated when the marriage packed up. They were very happy. And even hearing that the jewel is going back is not something that is making them happy. That the jewel feels like, her attackers are only on this other side. They are also on the other side. So what is happening now is that her attackers and the attackers of the palace are uniting together to use this character, that is the uncle, to attack her. That the only person who should never allow this happen is the great lion. The great lion should never allow them succeed. Should he allow them succeed, they will laugh and they will be happy, because that is exactly what they want. It was during this time that Reverend Esther told the great lion that, you see, the problem that he is having with Benru, the problem that he is having, do you know, up until now, the great lion is still having issues with Benru. Yes, the great lion is still having issues with Benru. It was the first time that Reverend Esther told the great lion that, you see, that problem that you're having with Benru is something that is not coming. It's not an ordinary problem. It is a problem that is masterminded from the pit of hell. It is coming from their paternal side. They deliberately use Benro to cause a lot of problems also for you and this girl, that is the jewel. That how is it possible? That how is it possible that, Benro will have those kinds of opportunity to execute such big contracts, and he will, squander the money the way that he did. That it was not something that was ordinary. It was something that came from the family background, because they never wanted to be. That right now, from the great lion house and from the jewel's house, that is a combined effort, because they have looked around. Nothing is left again. What is there to do? You cannot bring jazz into the palace anymore. You bring it, you're destroyed because of the immunity removal. The people who have tried what they have tried, they see the problems they are going through. The affliction is still there while they wait for the great lion to come back, for the jail to come back. That all of these things, that the evil ones, they know what the jewel carries, and they know exactly what her coming back to that palace will be, and that is why they are fighting. That they are using the jewel's uncle right now to fight. That what is happening is not ordinary. That Kabiyesi should not look at it as an ordinary thing, and Kabiyesi should not go and continue to blame the jewel for something that she did not do, for something that she had no control over. That the jewel did not go to the UK to meet this person. That the jewel went there for her own business when she met this person with the uncle, and the uncle also was to take part in the event that the jewel went to. That man was also there. They came from Australia. They came from Sydney. That the jewel is not interested in that David, not even interested in any other person. That the great lion should not make it even more difficult for the jewel by handling it the way he is handling it right now. Because look at the narrative that is being painted in the palace. People are beginning to hate on the jewel because of the narrative that is painted. And that narrative is being painted because of the way that the great lion is handling this. That the great lion should not handle this. The great lion should understand the fight, the war that they have had, and it's the same war that he is having at this time. That this has got absolutely nothing to do with the jewel. They said the jewel was just shocked. He just sat down there listening to his godmother. Because at this time, they said the jewel had returned back to the royal mansion, waiting for whatever will happen to happen, because she herself, she had gotten tired of everything that was going on. Every time they kept calling her name for something that she knows nothing about. And, the great lion is somebody that has always been on her side. But this time, for some reason, it was completely different, where the great lion suspected and was blaming her for everything. Acted as if she had already said yes to that man's proposal. Meanwhile, there was not even a proposal. There's not been a proposal in the first place. So the Reverend told the great lion everything. This is what we are hearing. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.